Hey everybody, PJ here with Exotic Car Hacks, back with another awesome car review today. So I wonder what we're going to be reviewing. Now, it's not going to be how tall I've gotten or how slim I've gotten today, nor are we going to be talking about how much richer I've gotten. Yeah, hasn't really worked out that well. Anyways, what we are going to be talking about is actually why I'm now $700,000 lighter. That's right, $700,000, and I am forced to wear white pants while driving my latest Lamborghini. So today I am going to take you on a review and a first look at my very, very special 2020 SVJ Roadster. Now, I've been talking about this car coming for a very long time, and the car you're about to actually see has nothing to do with the one I've been talking about. So you might be like, well, what the fuck are you talking about? Well, you see, for the longest time, I have ordered an SVJ Roadster in matte gold with white interior, which would explain my white pants. Other than the fact that it shows my raging, bulging good looks. You got that? Yeah? You're impressed. I know you're impressed. That's why there's white pants. It's like an optical illusion. Yeah, that's why a lot of black people wear white pants. Now you know. You know the truth now. But anyways, you know, other people want you to believe it's because they want to feel successful, but really it's because of the optical illusion of your pants. Why are you laughing, Reggie? I was crack up before. It's kind of this fucked up conversation. Anyways, back to what I was talking about, not the optical illusion of my pants, but the latest SVJ Roadster. And this car actually has a lot to do with what I just said, because it is Nero Nemesis. And yes, if you didn't guess what that is, it's black. So what we're talking about today is this particular SVJ Roadster. And this is a car that I actually bought at Lamborghini Palm Beach because for a very long time I was trying to buy it, and the owner that had this car wasn't selling it. But I finally found it, it finally became available, and I instantly jumped on it. It is a very special 2020 Nero Nemesis SVJ Roadster, and it has a lot of cool things, which I'm about to show you very briefly, the car and what makes this special, and then we're going to talk about my thoughts on the Roadster itself. So first off, let's take a look at this car, because it is nothing that is even near stock. It has now been completely improved with PJ's golden touch. This is my personal touch, not my penis touch. We are talking about a car that has been completely PPF from top to bottom. One of the things you'll actually notice with Nero Nemesis is that right here, right now, the car looks very matte black. This car has stealth PPF on it to protect the paint. The issue with stealth PPF on Nero Nemesis is that I can never show you how incredibly beautiful this paint is. And you might be wondering why, because Nero Nemesis is actually a match of dark matte gray and matte black, depending on the light you look at it at. And this particular car, once you PPF it, loses that, unfortunately. So it's one of these catch-22s. Either you PPF the car and protect it, or say fuck it, leave it open, and then have to repaint panels as you get rock chips. So it's kind of a fucked up phenomenon, because you can't really enjoy the paint, and if you only do half the car, half of it looks shiny, the other half doesn't. So it's kind of like you almost have to lose the paint in order to protect it, which is something I've decided to do for now. Modifications to this car at first glance are obviously wheels and suspension. Here you have ANRKY AN30 in 2021. If you've ever thought of doing wheels on an Aventador, remember, you have to stick to this model just so that you basically, not the model of the wheel, but the size, like 2021, so you can retain a very optimal driving situation. Otherwise, the larger stuff which I had on my Aventador S did not help. The one thing you can do when you lower an Aventador in order to avoid the bouncy ride is what we've done here, which is use Novitec suspension in order to do that. So in this case here, you'll notice on the surface just the incredible textured bronze AN30 three-piece wheels with the polished bronze lip to offset the black. And I'm going to show you why that color just makes sense. But features on the car, as well as modifications as we kind of go through, you'll see the carbon fiber options all over the car, including the carbon fiber T-tops, carbon fiber mirrors, carbon fiber side skirt, carbon fiber vents, carbon fiber center section, carbon fiber side vents, all over carbon, carbon, carbon. And a very, very cool feature, a painted SVJ logo. That's right, a painted SVJ logo, meaning no stickers here. And this particular thing will set you back over $12,000 for just that piece, which is crazy to think about someone painting something is $12,000 until you realize that the painted airbrush things on the piece there are $40,000, which is crazy. Now, as you come across the back, you'll notice here we have a Ryft exhaust. Now look deep in the hole, no pun intended. Look deep in the hole and you'll notice this incredible Ryft titanium, beautifully forged, put together, welded exhaust, and it looks unbelievable and just sounds breathtaking, which we're gonna take a look at together. Now, on the inside here, you'll notice the Novitec suspension in yellow, which needs to still get powder coated orange. But other than that, this is pretty much, in my opinion, I always give myself credit in case you were confused, the hottest SVJ Roadster out there. Now, I will say that there's something else that is incredibly special about this car. Let's take a look here real quick, because I'm about to show you what brings this bronze and this matte black together better than any other SVJ Roadster in the market. You ready for this? You ready? Look at this. Look at this. This is an Hermes-inspired interior in full Alcantara by personam. And give me 1 second here. Let me get that real quick. Let's just not. Yeah. We're just. Yeah. Anyways, like I was saying, so these cars attract. But just don't worry about what happened in this passenger seat. What you need to worry about is the fact that this Hermes-inspired interior is just striking. I mean, look at this. The Alcantara, now that the stuff's gone off the seat, just focus on the car. Don't worry about my personal affairs here. You'll see the incredible carbon coming together with the orange and the black, and there's just a carbon floor mats. Just every possible option here with this particular interior and the paint option on this car together being over $40,000. That's just insane, right? 40 grand. If you add this up, that means basically just the design of this car was like over 50 grand worth of options, which is crazy to think, right? So I wanted to show you guys this so you kind of understand why I think this is the sickest SVJ Roadster out there and why I bought it. And this was the reason why I kind of decided that I would buy this despite having another SVJ Roadster coming that we're going to have on the channel as well once it arrives, so I can then decide which one I want to keep. This is the benefit of actually being able to buy all the cars, is that you can buy both and then decide which one you want to keep. And in the car market we are now, it just makes sense. So today, I'm going to talk briefly, not better, you can watch 100 fucking YouTube videos on why the SVJ Roadster is great, why it gets your dick hard while you go and blah, 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 but it doesn't matter. What we're going to talk about today is what makes this car somewhat of a piece of shit, which is weird to say that, because it really is glorious in every way, but it does have flaws. And I want to point out a few flaws so you can kind of see what you deal with if you're buying an SVJ or an SVJ Roadster. So the first flaw, and you see, this is what sucks. I have to talk about these things because I think, there are flaws with cars, and I think too many reviewers don't really talk about the things that make an SVJ kind of fucked up. They only talk about, oh, it's fast, it's amazing, it's this, it's that. But there are problems. The first problem is that for $700,000, you can't play music from this to this. Now, given that I'm, almost 40 years old, and being 40 years old means that I shouldn't even know what Spotify is, but I do. That's right, I do, children. I'm very technologically advanced. I discovered Spotify like less than a month ago, so that should tell you how advanced I am. But yeah, you see, you're even twirling your head, like, how do you not know what Spotify is? But that's true, though. Like, I just discovered what Spotify is. I still have to do it manually. Like, people are like, you can make playlists. I'm like, I don't know these things. So anyways, you wonder, how did I get so rich, right? Like, I wonder that too. Sometimes I look in the mirror and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I really still trying to figure that out. But anyways, back to the fucked up part. So there are a couple of things that are fucked up. And the first one was the music doesn't play on this unless you connect the thing or have Apple CarPlay option, which doesn't make sense either. The second piece that's really fucked up is that you're paying $5,000 for carbon fiber floor mats. And I got to point this out to you because you got to understand why this is an issue. Because for $5,000 fucking dollars, you would expect the floor mat after 1,000 miles to not look like this. You see this right there? Like, show them, Reggie. Look at this. Look at the floor mat getting all fucked up. You see that? The middle of it just coming off right there? It's just absolutely disgusting. I don't understand why that's happening after just 1,000 miles. Now, could be because, of course, your feet hit it, but I don't think it should happen. I don't think it's fair for $5,000 floor mats. And then the last part that's really, really fucked up is that when it rains, Aventador Roadsters actually leak in the car, and there isn't a fix for that. They just basically try to fit it so it leaks less. But there's water that gets through here in the car. And this is the third Aventador Roadster I've had, and all three have done it. So some of this shit is getting outdated to the point where, like, it's just not practical. And I want to show you, because we're going to time me doing the most unpractical thing ever, which is basically showing you exactly how long it takes if you're caught in a storm from actually being in a place to take these off or put them back on. And I'm going to take them off here as an example of how fucked this is, because by now you'd think they have an electric roof or something, but check this out, okay? Let's say you're sitting in the car, and I'm going to start this test right here, right? I'm sitting in the car. Ready? Go. So this is me going as fast as I can. Okay, so one off. Now you have to run all the way over here like a fucking dumbass in the middle of a traffic jam. Go like here, then you put this here, and yeah, you're getting a good view of my ass, so please don't get too excited. Then you run over here, and remember this door is now open. So you run over here, you open this, you open that, you push that out. Okay, so now you come back out. You put it in. Now this one's a little fucked up because it's way harder to put in than the first one because there's already something there. Okay, so you put it in, you close it, you run back here, you have to close these little tabs, you have to put this down, you're in, okay. And then you're closed, and there you go. So by now, if you're fat like me, you're sweating, and it's very difficult to do, and now you have the top-down car. And look at it, just look at it. It's fucking glorious. Like, it's fucking glorious because despite all these fucked up flaws, it's so fucking beautiful. Like, it is ridiculously beautiful. I can't stress that enough. I really can't. And some modifications here that were done between the exhaust and stuff is other cell phone holders, K40s and stuff were built in the car. But it's just glorious. And I wanted to show you because I wanted you to get it. I wanted you to see the things that don't work out on the Aventador. So other than that, this is probably the best driving Aventador ever made. I said this about the coupe. I'll say it on the Roadster more because the experience is just amplified so much more than you would expect. And before we go, I want you to kind of hear it because this is just an introduction to the car. You're going to see it a lot on the channel. I plan to drive this a lot. But I want to show it to you, and I want to let you hear it here so you can actually see how incredible this sounds on startup. And we'll get some more video pass-bys and everything else. But listen to this. Is that crazy or what? Like crazy, right? Like just insane to think that you could not enjoy this when driving full force on the highway. It is just bananas. So outside of its flaws, I think the thing we can say about the SVJ Roadster is that its flaws aren't really built in the car itself. They're rather built in the DNA of what the Aventador always was, a stunt car. And for once, while it's a driver experience, it still holds some of these things that are stunt factors, such as the trunk here doesn't open electrically. There are almost no cup holder. This one came with the $4,000 cup holder in the back, which is near impossible to use while you drive. And of course, everything that you make a mistake on gets damaged near instantly. But really, who gives a shit? It's so hot. Like if you don't want to fuck this car after you look at it for like 10 minutes, you're basically either gay or racist. And that's what it comes down to, because you should want to fuck this car no matter what. I've never seen a car that's better looking for under $1 million. And I think it's going to be hard to ever top that again. So that's my initial thoughts on the Aventador SVJ Roadster I just got. Hopefully you guys enjoyed getting a preview of it. More epic content coming this year and more reviews. We're going to do a car driving review of this and really feel the experience together, get a ride on the next video. But I wanted to show you guys this so you get a preview of it now that it's live on the channel. So I'm going to go back to figuring out whose pennies those were. And for you guys, make sure you like, subscribe, or hate me all you want. Leave comments or anything else. And I will catch you on the next video. Be well.